So you want to make a board game, but there are a lot of steps to make that happen. I'm going to lay it all out for you. From conception to completion, I will guide you to unlock the secrets of crafting your own tabletop masterpiece, step by step. Spoiler alert, there's a lot of playtesting. My list differs from the others that I've seen. I think there's a smarter way to do things. Let's get started. Here's how you do it. Step 1, get inspired. The first step to making a board game is to get inspired. There is a good chance that since you're watching this video, you're already past this point, but maybe not, because it takes as long as it takes. Whether it's a week, a month, or a year, inspiration is kind of nebulous. But there are a few things you can do to get inspired. And I think the first and most obvious thing you can do is to play some games. Are there any games that you and your friends really enjoy playing? Are there anything in those games that you think you might want to try for yourself? Are there a combination of mechanics that you could combine from multiple games that you think might pair interestingly together? Is there a mechanic that you think you might even be able to do better? Maybe. Go try it out. Go get inspired. Do a little bit of research, find some games you think you might be interested in trying your own version of, and play them. Take some notes. Go figure it out. Go get inspired. Step 2, dream. Step 2 to making a board game is to dream. Take your inspiration and dream big. To do some what ifs. What if your game was complete? What would it look like? How many components would it have? What are they made of? How do you want your players to feel when playing your game? Take some time and brainstorm a little bit. To think about all the things that you want to achieve and write them down. Get it all out. Dream big. Is this a game for your friends and family? Or is it something you want to crowdfund or even pitch to publishers? Would you like to go to conventions and have others playtest your game? What are all of your goals? Write them down. Dream big. I should probably stop and say real quick, hi, my name is Dave Jeltema, and welcome to Tabletop Craft. It's a place for new game designers to learn their craft. If you find anything in this video helpful, I would appreciate it if you tossed me a like. Anyway, on to step 3, where I suggest you do something different. You might be thinking the next logical step is to plan. I disagree. I think instead, you should be doing some prototyping. Step 3 is to validate your ideas. Every list that I've been able to find suggests that the next logical step is to plan things, and I disagree. As a beginner, I think the next step should be prototyping and experimentation. Don't confuse this with actually making a prototype or an MVP, that comes later. This is just the act of doing, to try things, to experiment. Don't let the scope of your game get in your way. Maybe you have a movement mechanic that you think would be fun, but you don't even have a map. That's okay, go use one from another game. Maybe you have a combat mechanic that you want to try, but you don't even have cards. That's fine, find something close enough. Just try things, get started. After all the inspiration and dreaming you've done, you need to put it into action at this point. Otherwise, there's a good chance you might just get stuck in the planning step. I have the habit of planning things into oblivion. I get stuck here, and it's helpful to remember that I can plan as much as I want, so long as I'm also doing stuff. Go to the store and buy some construction paper. Use Canva and print your components. Use Hot Wheels, Lego, anything as a proxy. Validate your ideas. See if they're fun. You can figure out the rest later. Using placeholder mechanics and systems is a great way to develop your thoughts on your game. Step 4, plan everything. Once you have an idea of how your ideas are working and you've gotten started on bringing your game to life, you're allowed to plan things. Define your key mechanics, decide on your components, the key pillars of your gameplay, the scope and potential costs of your game. Do some market research by looking for other games like yours, and look for the things that they do well and that you could do better. Be careful of efficient procrastination. Stay focused on your game. You don't need to worry about crowdfunding or manufacturers at this time. Stick to your game. Plan out the things that you want in your game. You don't need to plan out every single detail and mechanic, just the broad strokes. You'll be planning and replanning a ton throughout the course of making your game. Once you have your plan in place, it's time to move on to step 5. Step 5, prototype. Step 5 to make a board game is to take all of the plans you've made and turn them into a minimum viable product, your prototype. Get your game playable. Just keep in mind that it only needs to be bare minimum. You don't need card layouts or even components from Amazon. Just make something that works, minimally viable. Try not to spend too much time putting this together. Maybe a night or 2 is all it should take for you to be able to try things out. There is no sense in spending a lot of time on things that can be dropped or changed at a moment's notice. You don't want to spend a ton of time making your prototypes. You should be working on your design instead. Just make something simple. Step 6, playtesting. You have a game now, congratulations! Welcome to step 6 of making a board game, playtesting. You'll be doing this a ton. The key to playtesting is to do it often. It is by far the best way to learn. To learn if the changes you are making are having an impact on the game that you want them to. In order to playtest often, you need to be able to make changes incredibly quickly, or you'll spend more time making your game playable instead of playing your game, which is where you learn if the things you're changing are working at all. I made a video and tutorial about how to rapidly prototype and playtest incredibly quickly, where you can make changes to every component in your game all at once, and to import that information into Tabletop Simulator with 2 mouse clicks, while allowing you to work on your game with as many people as you'd like and not overwrite each other's work by using Google Sheets. You can find that by clicking or tapping up here, or linked in the description of this video. Next, after playtesting your game, it's time to move on to Step 7. Step 7. Balance and refine, iterate and improve. Step 7 of making a board game is to plan everything. Again, redefine your key mechanics, decide on your components, the key pillars of your gameplay, the scope and potential costs of your game, do some market research. Then make the real prototype again, and then playtest again. After that, you should go back and plan everything again. Redefine your key mechanics, decide on your components, the key pillars of your gameplay, the scope and potential costs of your game, do some market research, and then make the real prototype again, and then playtest again. And then hey, after that, you should go back and plan everything again. And you get the point. A good chunk of the time you'll spend on your game will be looping through these steps over and over and over. Your game is a sculpture, and each playtest allows you to understand how to best reveal the masterpiece hidden in your slab stone. You will be repeating these steps many times, months or years depending. Eventually, you'll feel like your game is ready to be shared with others. That's when you move on to the next step. Step 8. Playtest some more. Step 8 of making a board game, now that you've playtested your game a ton, is to playtest some more. I can't emphasize this enough. This is how you make a good game. Yes, it's that important. Yes, it needs to be on this list twice, maybe even a third time. What makes this round of playtesting different from the last, however, is how far along in the design you've come and who you want to share it with. Now that you've shifted your focus to the details, you're looking to get feedback on number values and effects instead of mechanics and flow. Now that you've ironed out all the kinks in your game and its key mechanics and its gameplay is mostly locked in, it's time to share it with others. Your perspective can only take you so far. Sitting in front of a screen theory crafting isn't going to take you much further. But in order to share with others, you might want to have some rules written down. I personally wouldn't try to make a complete rulebook at this point. We're not even at the step where you commission art yet, and that's for a good reason. Now is the time to share it with more of your friends. Play it with strangers, have your grandparents try it, find every possible way for others to try your game. Bring a copy to your local con, offer a print and play version to your Facebook feed, or you could join the Tabletop Craft Discord where beginner game developers can host playtesting events for their game. Come join the community, link is in the description. Step 9, art and design. Step 9 of 10 of making your board game is to get some art made. Nothing helps your game feel more like the real deal than art does. But there's a reason it's this far down on the list. The number one mistake that most beginner game designers make is to have their art commissioned too soon. Your game should be mostly done before you consider this step. Only get art once you're reaching the completion of your game. Don't be that guy that commissions several $1,000s of art for a game that might never see the light of day. But when it's time, oh boy does it work wonders. It is the thing that everyone gets excited for. When it's time, you can find artists on platforms like Fiverr or on the subreddits like r/tabletop-artists. Step 10, finalize and produce. The final step to making a board game is simple enough. Just be done. I feel like this step alone is so involved it could use its own step-by-step guide. Let me know if you'd be interested in that in the comments down below. The beauty of making a board game is that you can just do it. There are no real barriers to entry, and there is no real structure to do it. Just rough guidelines like these 10 steps. But that also means that you can make the same board game for years longer than you need to. Be sure to have a good think on what you want to achieve and when it'll be good enough. And then when you get to that point, put the final touches on your game like finishing the rulebook and call it done. Congratulations! You now know how to make a board game in 10 steps. And just to get serious for a moment, if you're still here, the method that I shared on how to rapidly prototype and playtesting your games is legitimately a game changer when it comes to making your board game. Probably the most important thing you can do when making a board game. I'm serious, it's not even that hard to do. I even made you a free quick start download and tutorial to make it even easier. If you really want to make a board game, you should know about this. It will save you literal months of tedious work on your next game and help you stay motivated and working on the parts that matter. You can find a link to that in the description of this video. I would also love it if you subscribed. I'm your guy for board game design tips. Once again, my name is Dave Jeltema. Go make your game. Thanks for watching.